Do you find yourself getting down a lot? Are you forced to retreat too often? Do you struggle with getting a full party in airships? Well, this is the guide for you. So you finally reached the last island, the Maelstrom. This is when you want to start focusing on leveling your gear before you face off against Shroud or Rezakiri. As you have been leveling up your character, you will have been getting cores from hunts. So first things first, you should open up your loadout and go to a piece of equipped gear and press infuse. This will bring up a list of all the current stat bonuses you have on your equipped gear, including cells. Ideally, you want to get as many stats to +6 as possible to achieve the best stat bonuses for each, as that is the soft cap for stat bonuses. I will also say that each armor or weapon type you get from the Maelstrom will be the new standard base level armor or weapon that you will want to start off getting, and each one has their own specific stat bonus already in the weapon and sometimes has a unique effect. You may not be able to get that many stats to +6 at first, but that's what you should be shooting for. If you want to check armor or weapon stat options beforehand, just go to dauntlessbuilds.com and you can check different possibilities and combinations prior to having the needed cores, and you can also share builds with others. By now you should have faced all of the lesser behemoths at least once on the other islands. The only difference now is that they will be a lot stronger in the Maelstrom. The three most important things to do in fights is trying to properly time your attacks without spamming them, otherwise you will be caught off balance while static and in animation. The second thing is to remember interruption times, if it can be interrupted, to better your chances of acquiring parts you need. Each behemoth has its own interruption time except Reza, so be sure to capitalize when possible. Thing number 3, dodge into attacks, because that's just how you gotta do it. Unless you're using Chainblades, then just do a badass backflip off the behemoth. So your build is slowly coming along. What is the next step? Ideally, you'll want to create bulwark potions, as they will help out tremendously in fight since they reduce the damage taken for the next 3 hits by 45%. Other than that, I'd recommend an Insight Tonic if you're using a War Pike or Chainblades, and I'd recommend a Frenzy Tonic if you're using an Axe, Sword, or Hammer. Last thought, I'd recommend getting Life Spring Pylons for when the behemoth runs away and your team needs heals. It is also important to mention that stacking revives helps out your team tremendously, so be sure to stack when you can to greatly reduce the danger level. The last thing I'll say here is prior to fighting Shroud or Reza, you should try and get your gear to 100 minimum for each piece, and your weapon to at least 350, as they will hit a lot harder than your average behemoth. As always, I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and until next time, take it easy. Peace!